Hi, my name is Joseph Alai. Welcome to my channel. And today I want to talk about how things can go so wrong in life. Sometimes when we are really down, we seem to spiral. This happens to the best of us, any of us. There are specific causes, and there are very specific, clear-cut solutions to help anybody to break free from whatever they're involved in, whatever state of mind they are in, and ultimately be happy, peaceful, joyous, again, or for the first time in your life. Before we begin, hit the like button. It does something to the algorithm so that those who wouldn't normally be able to see this will be able to see this. Also, hit the bell icon and the subscribe button if you want more broken down, systematic techniques and explanations as to how to create your reality deliberately. The no-nonsense methods of manifesting your reality with your mind. So jumping into it then. It's not uncommon for me to talk to people who are really down in the depths of despair, sometimes the worst moments or periods in their life. I know for myself there was a long span of time where I was the lowest I had ever been, dangerously low, to a point where I had no hope that I would ever recover from it. My problems piled up over and over, continuously, making them seemingly impossible to overcome. It's in moments like this when a lot of people, when they turn to manifesting, it's in times like this. And it's the people who persevere and don't give up immediately who will finally find the answers to how to completely solve their problems, whatever it is. It could be debt, it could be depression, it could be losing a loved one or breaking up with a partner. It could be losing a house, extreme poverty, whatever the case is. There are so many different reasons. A lot of people have many of these combined, and so the problems are seemingly complex. Maybe you can deal with one thing, but then another thing piles on, and then another thing, and another thing. And sooner or later, you feel like you're entirely drowning. And maybe it's not that way. Maybe there's only one thing wrong. Maybe you're not at the darkest period in your life. But these techniques and ideas and the same principles apply no matter what in our life. And that means, ultimately, if you take what I'm telling you now and actually, as I said, persevere and literally and actually implement them, utilizing them, not just hearing what I'm saying, but doing what I'm saying and putting it to the test. You don't have to take my word on any of this stuff. Just put it to the absolute test and you will find just how easy it is to get out of these moments. You may have heard this quote before. It's, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." This stems from the Bible. This is an actual quote from the Bible. And how true it actually is, literally is. Normally it would be taken as a lot of times an inspirational quote, but realistically it's not just a feel-good quote. It's a concept and a principle that is literal. Meaning, the contents of our mind dictate every single aspect of our life, which ultimately, when impressed, become the operating system and blueprint of not only your thoughts, but also this reality. The subconscious mind has the power over your world, your specific personal reality. It morphs it, it shapes it, and it gives you exactly what is in the subconscious. So feeding your mind all day with negative thoughts or dwelling upon past failures or pain, you actually convince your subconscious that this is what you wish to experience more and more. What you fill your mind with not only will be repeated back to your mind, so your thoughts become habitual, and it's a cycle, an infinite cycle, but it modifies and changes reality through its infinite power, forcing events, people, places, things all experiences to conform to that ideal. So if as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is, meaning if the contents of your mind shapes yourself and your reality, then as a man continues to think, so he continues or perpetuates his reality in that exact way. It's only when we begin to change our thoughts, the contents of the mind, that we begin to alter the contents of this reality. So as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. It means when you begin to change those thoughts, you will become that which you think of. So if your mind is constantly being fueled with fearful, negative, painful memories, thoughts, fears, whatever the case is, with very little room for hope or aspiration, even though events, before we knew how to manifest, we were essentially victims of circumstance, because we had no idea that we were shaping our reality continuously. But the moment we seize control and begin to deliberately force whatever we want in our mind, opposed to allowing these thoughts to dwell within and persist this reality that we didn't want, when we switch that and trade that, even if we switch 10% of our thoughts with what we wish to experience, as if we already experience it, we will change our reality to that degree to which we fill our mind with those styles of thoughts. Ultimately, the point is dwelling upon certain things will force them into your life, literally, in a mystical, magical way, even independent of your efforts and your actions. People in your reality will be influenced via their subconscious mind, which everyone is connected together, and the center, the core, is infinite intelligence, or God, or the Creator. So all that you imagine and behold in your mind, all that you think, expect, fear, and dwell upon, is pushed into the subconscious and then relayed to infinite intelligence. So not only is your subconscious feeding you back thoughts to prove to you that you're right, but giving those instructions to the subconscious, and the subconscious to the Creator. The Creator moves, modifies, and controls other individuals via thoughts to them as well. Them thinking that they are their own thoughts, forcing them, compelling them to take the actions of your blueprint to fulfill them, meaning they will treat you in a way that proves to you what you're thinking is true. Events will happen to prove to you what you're thinking is true. If you think you're a bad person, if you think that this is never going to end, if you think bad things happen to you always, although this is objectively true, you perpetuate it by dwelling upon it. Meaning the moment you switch your thoughts elsewhere to the opposite, such as beginning to think, or not even think in a way, I was going to say think from the point of view of being grateful or happy, even identifying something that is a positive thing in your life, whatever it is. There are always things to be happy about, no matter what. If you're really sad about, being in debt, you could just as easily say, well, at least I'm not starving in another country where people don't even have access to this and that. The switching of your thoughts, it may seem superficial, but what you do is you not only train your subconscious to begin to replicate more of those things to be grateful for, meaning your effort in thinking positive will train the subconscious mind to automatically not only make you think positive, again, naturally without effort, but your world will change entirely, slowly but surely sometimes, to prove your thoughts correct. So thinking positively will force reality to do things to make you think positively. Good things will begin to happen to you. And it goes even more in depth than that. When you begin to imagine specific circumstances, when you're dwelling upon negativity, this negative memory that you're so traumatized because of, and I'm not saying that these are not important, you have to take care of them, whether that means therapy or digging, whatever you have to do that. But the reliving it To be honest, when you're reliving these fearful negative thoughts or memories, you're actually committing the perfect proper action or formula to manifest anything that you want. So in other words, if you took the same approach to imagine something, even a positive memory, or something that hasn't happened yet that you wish to happen, that would make you happy, that's the same exact action that you're taking when you're remembering something horrible. But what's amazing about the whole process is whatever you imagine in that way, as if it's already happened, meaning your memories have already happened, you're feeling it, you're thinking about it, you're from the point of view of it being a real thing, that actually impresses your subconscious mind with the exact image of that memory. And what happens when you impress your subconscious mind? It pushes it out again, you experience it again. Imagine and first of all, remember the positive things in the past. Dwell upon the positive things. But not only that, begin to imagine things as if it's true already, as if you've already experienced it, just like a memory. That's all you have to do for these amazing experiences in a mystical way to manifest on the screen of space. Now, you may never have realized that this is what you've been doing all along, because there have been such consistency in the events that have been unfolding. But I promise you, this is something I have tested thousands of times systematically through mathematical and scientific means. Doing this and utilizing this approach to imagine alternative things are the desires of your heart, you will in fact manifest them. And as you begin to deliberately control your thoughts and mind to not dwell upon the pain of the past or the fears of the future, and ultimately change them to coincide with the desires of the heart, your entire reality, 100% of your reality will change, and you will ultimately receive these things. Hope this was helpful for you. Utilize this and watch the amazing results, the powerhouse within you. If you like this, hit that like button. It does something to the algorithm so that people will be able to see this who wouldn't normally be able to. Subscribe if you want more like this. Broken down techniques on how to use your imagination, use your subconscious mind, how to change the world via the imagination and the subconscious, and hit the bell icon to be notified, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much.